Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for January 17th. January 17th is the 17th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 348 days remaining to the end of the year, 349 in leap years. Today's word is mitzvah. Mitzvah is a noun that means good deed or duty, obligation, or commandment. This comes to us from the Hebrew language, and it means commandment. Earliest documented use is 1723. Now, you may have heard of this word in the terms of bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah. This means the age of commandment, bar mitzvah for boys and bat mitzvah for girls. Jewish children are considered adults at the age of 13, and this comes with rights and responsibilities. The bar and bat mitzvahs are observed with rituals, ceremonies, and celebrations. Mitzvah. And with that, Captain James Cook and his crew on the HMS Resolution were the first Europeans to sail below the Antarctic Circle on January 17, 1773. Cook made 3 exploratory voyages to uncharted areas of the Pacific, making maps as he went. In 1772, he was commissioned by the Royal Society to go in search of a rumored Terra Australis, a hypothetical continent that was first suggested by Aristotle. Cook had already circumnavigated New Zealand and charted the eastern coast of Australia, but the Royal Society believed that Terra Australis lay farther south. Cook left Plymouth in July of 1772 to sail around the bottom of the world. They had some trouble with pack ice, but once the weather warmed up in the southern hemisphere's midsummer, they were able to cross below the Antarctic Circle. They crossed it 2 more times on this voyage, and on the third crossing, Cook very nearly discovered Antarctica. They sailed within about 150 miles of the continent and hoped to go further, but couldn't quite make their way through the pack ice, so they turned back. Wake Island is a coral atoll way out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Well, not the very exact middle, but it's pretty remote. One of those places that if you find yourself there, you're either there on purpose or else you're terribly lost, thousands of miles from anywhere. Definitely one of the most isolated islands in the world. On January 17th, way back in 1899, the United States took possession of Wake Island in the Pacific Ocean, and it remains to this day a U.S. territory. Speaking of islands, the Virgin Islands are an archipelago in the Caribbean Sea. On January 17, 1917, the United States paid Denmark $25 million for the Danish Virgin Islands. As I report to you today, this little collection of islands is currently ruled by 3 different political jurisdictions: Britain, Spain, and the United States. The U.S. Virgin Islands are an unincorporated territory of the United States. Now, I've mentioned this before, but it's certainly worth mentioning again, and that is that on January 17, 1961, United States President Dwight D. Eisenhower delivered a televised farewell address to the nation 3 days before leaving office, in which he warned against the accumulation of power by the military industrial complex, as well as the dangers of massive spending, especially deficit spending. I mean, he wasn't wrong. I think that's going to do it for us today. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share. Don't forget to add your opinions in the comment section below. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. The first president to travel. I am happy to report. I don't know how all that's going to go together, or if it's even going to make it to the video. We'll just see. Changing it up.